Rachel Steven back with another video here on Live Study Hacks. So today we have an important video, and that is on the topic of fear. I know all of us suffer through places of fear, and it comes from all directions. If you're in middle school, you have this fear of being likable by your friends and by others in your grade, or even your grades, or something that is such a driving factor as you being a teenager in middle school. And in high school, it's also getting into college and the social pressures that come with that. But fear is what drives us, and it can be good. Fear is what gives us that panic and that the thing to kind of gives us good and the bad stuff or situations. But if you learn to overcome your fear and make yourself confident, it can later give us this certain heroic moment in life and allow us to better understand ourselves in a way that is profound. So today, we're going to be talking about fear and how we can manage the most stressful environments and situations in our life and appear calm and confident to those around us. And that gives you a big plus point when it comes to day-to-day interactions, and it makes you feel more confident with yourself. And it can even be with higher status individuals. It gets you noticed. So today we're going to cover a lot in this video, but before we begin, please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel to continue to support the charity of incarcerated parents. Charity of incarcerated children. So let's get started and start facing our fears. The first tip is to be calm. I know we have so many pressures in life, like every day in school. Sometimes it's just so overwhelming. Just balancing life and doing things you love, but also doing things that you don't really love doing, and studying those stuff and kind of, maintaining your grades. Whether it may be taking a test, talking to people in order to get something done, or even public speaking, these are all some of the things that gives us fear and anxiety in our lives. And any easy way you can fix this is to do a mock test or practice in a low-stress environment. You can try talking to a stuffed animal, or even a sibling for that matter. And for public speaking, or even a presentation, you can grab your loved ones and just let them listen to you. Or you can take a practice test, or even for an interview, walk into the same environment, the same place, so that you can lower the stress level that will happen in the day that it actually, occurs. I know this is a repetitive thing I talk about in my videos, but a lot of people are quick to defend themselves, and I admit doing this a lot. But if you remain calm in these environments where you already know, the environments, it's super impressive that you can limit the butterflies on the big day and kind of get yourself, comfortable with the environment. So before you get into that highly stressful environment and to become fearless, try to do a practice test or something like that so you can be above and beyond and be ahead of the game. The next is to try to ask random questions. This is more when you're talking to someone in the school setting, and it can be with a friend who's trying to make you fearful, that's competing with you for a certain prize. You can try to remain fearless by first asserting dominance based on your body language, by maintaining 3 seconds of eye contact and remaining silent, thinking of a response, but then be lighthearted afterwards. This response is where you make a state-breaking question, and it's important that your body language conveys that you're not intimidated or you're not affected by the threat that your friend might present at you, and you have to remain fearless. So coming back to state-breaking questions, whether it may be with it could be something so simple like, what is that dog's name? Your shoes look cool. Where did you get them? And instead of talking about the threat that the person kind of throws at you in these high stress environments, you can try to make yourself look fearless, and you remain fearless in these highly competitive environments by asking these state-breaking questions. Once you establish an environment in where you're fearless, you can continue to lighten the mood by using continuously using certain body language, such as revealing your palms while you're talking to that person, because that kind of makes you feel friendly and sociable, and to come out and even laugh with them when they're trying to make the joke, so that instead of you being strained and kind of letting that joke kind of pass you can laugh at them, and that makes you appear confident. It makes the person feel comfortable, and they won't mess with you again if you kind of embrace the awkwardness and continue with this profile. Even if they threaten you or tease you in a playful manner, you being lighthearted and you not being affected by what the person is trying to say to make you fearful makes you feel confident and makes you better in the situation. My third tip is to understand the other person's world when you want something done by another person, but you're afraid to talk to them. First, research their problems, and it allows you to empathize with that person with the purpose of getting what you want and then understand what the other person wants more. In essence, it gives you a pathway that rages and looks at both desires. And this is when you're trying to manage higher status individuals so that you can remain fearless while they might be trying to test you. So also be sure to address what that specific person might miss out on if they don't work with you. A way to even go further is to research and have obscure elements that you kind of do your in-depth research about, and you talk to that high status individual and impress them by your questions, and allowing you to also try to connect with that person in a personal level. And if you do your research, that kind of allows you to do that, and you can steer with their emotions and kind of figure out the pros and cons of what they want to get done, what you want to get done, and trying to find that in between when you're trying to become fearless and be competitive and get other competitive people to work with you. Now we go on a topic on trying to understand people, especially those of higher status, and being fearless in situations in which you want something done and get noticed. Here are some tips that you can use in such circumstances, such as sharing a story where the other person connects with you. A big way in getting individuals to kind of get on board with you and is sharing stories. Stories is what connect us. And you can use higher impact words, exaggerated emotional impact, so you can embody your body language and get excited and get that person on board with you. Whoever has more energy, who shares a story, embraces a version of themselves that you love, and you don't worry about the other person, but you worry about yourself, you might think that what you're doing is weird, but do not worry. You cannot really satisfy everyone. The person might not even want to make this want to work with you, but you have to be worried that there's going to be other people out there, but you just have to keep on trying, and you embrace your authentic self. You don't have to be in the same lifestyle as the person that you're trying to get on your side, and make sure not to be that listener. These are ways where you can just try to understand the person and also mirror their body language. If all those things do not work, you can start using the phrase that reminds you of. Ask them open-ended questions, or even asking why. Asking them about their plans for the future, their story, or even cold reading can even go both directions. Flipping the script, even if you want to get something, even if you get it wrong, you can say why you guessed that if you cold read a person. I mentioned this in my other video, which is kind of a follow-up, but be comfortable with silence when you're talking to higher status individuals in a competitive environment so that you can be fearless and confident and get other people on board of what you want to do. My last thing I wanted to share with you guys on fear: if you guys are scared of fear, try this simple hack where you can disarm fear by following a 3-table method, and where you can list all your fears and the worst things that could happen if you do that fear, and in a way you can minimize those fears so that you can get back to to the same lifestyle that you're happening right now. Allows you to take those risks and kind of manage yourself in the most worst situations. Really analyzing these fears allows you to be comfortable with taking risks. And I say this all the time, but guys, don't be afraid to take those risks and to be fearless and try to limit those fears. I hope you guys learned some ways on how you can tackle your fears and get noticed by higher status individuals with this fearless attitude, and how you can further manage these people with conversational tips to get what you want. If you learn how to fully master them and apply these powerful tips, you can see a great change in your personal and social life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please make sure not to forget to like and subscribe to this channel and help support the charity of incarcerated children. Please, thank you guys all for your support, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!